What is happening, sports fans? Welcome back to the Roger Report, where we break down all the biggest headlines and bring you the inside scoop you won't find anywhere else. Today, we're diving headfirst into a wild NFL Week 1 that's left us with more questions than answers and some huge fantasy football implications. We've got Aaron Rodgers lighting it up for Pittsburgh, and if your fantasy team needs a boost after a chaotic opening week, we've got the waiver wire targets you need to know. Then, we're shifting gears to hear a former teammate's incredibly bold prediction for Aaron Rodgers' season. We're talking a full 4,000-yard campaign. Can Rodgers actually pull it off after his recent struggles and that disastrous stint with the Jets? We've got all the details and analysis. But it's not all sunshine and touchdowns for every quarterback. We're also going to dive into the struggles of Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, where the offensive line is a major concern, and they're actively looking for solutions to better protect their star QB. We'll get the latest from OC Dan Pitcher on what needs to change. And finally, we're looking ahead to NFL Week 2 with a prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Seattle Seahawks game. Can Aaron Rodgers continue his hot start and lead the Steelers to another victory? We've got our betting insights and score prediction ready for you. Stick around, you do not want to miss this. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. Week 1 delivered some absolute shockers, and if your fantasy football squad is reeling, you need to pay attention. The Pittsburgh Steelers, led by a surprisingly resurgent Aaron Rodgers, put on a show with 4 touchdowns, spreading the love to receivers like Calvin Austin and Jonnu Smith. This unexpected performance has shaken up fantasy leagues, especially with so many key players sidelined by injury or underperforming. In this unpredictable landscape, your waiver wire moves can make or break your season. We're breaking down the top players to snag before Week 2, focusing on their potential value, playing time, and fantasy impact. Aaron Rodgers proved he still got it, connecting with receivers and making him a valuable pickup in unstable quarterback situations. Dylan Sampson, despite modest rushing yards, was a target machine out of the backfield, making him a PPR league gem. Marquise Brown stepped up for Kansas City with a massive target share, potentially becoming Mahomes' WR1. And don't forget Quentin Johnston, who defied expectations with big plays and touchdowns, positioning him as a key player for Justin Herbert. Even Jonnu Smith emerged as a reliable tight end option for Pittsburgh. Week 2 is your chance to capitalize on your rivals' oversights, whether you're betting on a veteran like Rodgers or grabbing emerging talent like Sampson or Johnston. But is this just a Week 1 flash in the pan for Rodgers, or is something bigger brewing? We'll dig into that next. Get ready for a bold prediction that could redefine Aaron Rodgers' season. Aaron Rodgers is undeniably one of the NFL's all-time greats, a Hall of Famer in waiting. But after a couple of seasons that didn't quite meet his sky-high standards, including a disastrous stint with the New York Jets and a less-than-stellar final year in Green Bay, his Week 1 performance with the Pittsburgh Steelers was a welcome sight. Now, his former teammate Clay Matthews III is making a massive prediction. Aaron Rodgers will throw for over 4,000 yards this season. Matthews, speaking on the Fitz and Wit podcast, cited Rodgers' effortless ability to get the ball from point A to point B and how on time he looked with his receivers. He even texted Rodgers after the game, calling it phenomenal. This isn't just wishful thinking. Rodgers last cleared 4,000 yards in 2021, his 4th MVP season. While he hasn't hit that mark since, and battled injuries, his Week 1 performance showed flashes of his old brilliance. If Rodgers stays healthy and the Steelers' offensive line can provide better protection, Matthews' prediction might just be within reach, signaling a significant bounce-back year. But while Rodgers is sparking optimism, other star quarterbacks are facing serious challenges. We're heading to Cincinnati to see what's plaguing Joe Burrow and the Bengals next. The Cincinnati Bengals are facing a critical juncture, and offensive coordinator Dan Pitcher has openly acknowledged a pressing need: better protection for star quarterback Joe Burrow. Not clean enough across the board, Pitcher admitted, emphasizing that the entire team, coaches and players alike, must improve to help Burrow succeed. The Bengals struggled with early down efficiency, which put them in difficult third-down situations, failing to convert on crucial plays where they had one-on-one opportunities against opposing defenses. Burrow himself recognizes the issue, stating the team must capitalize on those matchups and plans to be more aggressive in getting outside the pocket to make plays. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh Steelers QB Aaron Rodgers, despite leading the offense to multiple scoring drives in his debut, took 4 sacks. Rodgers admitted he wasn't moving as well as he'd like, acknowledging he needs to use his legs more effectively to avoid the pass rush, even at his age. While he felt the overall pass protection was good, he stressed the importance of getting the ball out quicker. Both teams are clearly looking for adjustments to elevate their offensive performance. Can these offensive adjustments lead to wins? We're looking ahead to Week 2 and placing our bets. Get ready for our prediction and betting analysis for the Seahawks vs. Steelers showdown. Week 1 saw the Pittsburgh Steelers, spearheaded by Aaron Rodgers, secure a hard-fought victory over the New York Jets, and now they're heading into Week 2 as home favorites against the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle, meanwhile, is coming off a tough opening loss where they blew a fourth-quarter lead and will be looking to avoid an 0-2 start. The Rodger Report betting team is here to provide our score prediction and betting insights for this matchup. The Steelers' total points have been set low again at 40.5, following a Week 1 game that easily surpassed its line. While the Steelers have a decent record as home favorites under coach Mike Tomlin, Seattle's offense didn't impress in Week 1, struggling to capitalize even on opponent miscues. Facing a Steelers team that looked solid with Rodgers at the helm, Seattle has an uphill battle. Our NFL betting insider, Ian McMillan, agrees, predicting the Steelers to cover the spread. He believes Rodgers will perform much better than he did last year, especially in favorable weather and early in the season before the wear and tear of a full NFL campaign. With Sam Darnold showing familiar struggles and Seattle's ground game faltering, we're leaning towards Pittsburgh to move to 2-0 at home. Our final score prediction: Steelers 24, Seahawks 20. That's all the breaking news and analysis for today, but we're not done yet. Stick around for a lightning round recap of all the top stories and our full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. We saw Aaron Rodgers making waves in fantasy football and drawing bold predictions from former teammates. Joe Burrow's offensive line issues are a major concern for the Bengals. And we've got our prediction for the Steelers vs. Seahawks Week 2 matchup. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the Rodger Report for all your sports news, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single update, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media channels for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.